Good evening and welcome to the Hilliard Gate Sports Center on the campus of IPFW for tonight's Midwest Intercollegiate Volleyball Association matchup between the IPFW Mastodons and the Loyola of Chicago Ramblers. Hi everybody, I'm Ryan Perrott, soon to be joined by my broadcast partner, Mike Moss. It's hard to believe, but IPFW, previous to their Wednesday affair at Findlay, was on a 5-match losing streak. Of course, previously is the key word. IPFW was able to defeat Findlay on the road for their first victory in the MIVA in quite some time. With a 2-4 record in the conference, they have a tough foe tonight against Loyola of Chicago, who comes in with a record of 6-1 after defeating Findlay last night. The keys for IPFW tonight, they'll have to play aggressive. 30-point rally score the first 4 games. IPFW cannot afford to make mistakes late in each game. We'll be back for the start of the matchup after this.
University of Loyola Chicago Ramblers, a 6'5" junior from Glenview, Illinois, number 2, Tim O'Brien. A 6'3" sophomore from Denver, Iowa, number 4, Shane Davis. A 6'8" sophomore from Dubuque, Iowa, number 5, Dan Haas. A 6'4" junior from Palos Park, Illinois, number 7, Brad Staub. A 6'4" sophomore from Racine, Wisconsin, number 11, Justin Schnorr. A 6'7" senior from Deerfield, Illinois, number 14, Rick Sullivan. And at Librero, a 6'5" sophomore from Tipton, Michigan, number 12, Dan Kellum. Head coach is Gordon Mayforth. He is assisted by Ray Gooden and Adam Beck. And now, the starters for your IPFW Mastodons. A 6'2" sophomore from Manhattan, Illinois, number 2, Ryan Staley. A 6'5" junior from Hamburg, New York, number 5, Jeff Petak. A 6'3" sophomore from Gambier, Ohio, number 7, Isaac White. A 6'8" junior from Racine, Wisconsin, number 9, Josh Sanders. A 6'4" freshman from Toronto, Canada, number 11, Matt Bashevsky. And a 6'6" sophomore from Cabo Rojo, Puerto Rico, number 12, Angel Ruiz. At Librero, a 6'2" freshman from Illiopolis, Illinois, number 1, Ben Bealey. Head coach of the Dons is Arnie Ball. He is assisted by Mark Franke, Lisa Horman, and Dennis Johnson.
I want to remind you that this evening's telecast is brought to you in part by Pizza Hut of Canterbury, featuring famous Pizza Hut pizza. Ryan Perrott, as you and I mentioned after last night's match against Penn State, this IPFW Volleyball team is a work in progress, lacking some seniors. And tonight, they've got their hands full with this Loyola of Chicago team.
Very much so a work in process, Mike. Inexperience perhaps is the key, especially under these new set of circumstances, if you will, with the scoring system. But you know, without seniors, they have played well, particularly throughout the course of the year in spots. Unfortunately, it's the push of the last 10 points in a game that the inexperience starts to show that factor, and they make some costly errors, and that's why they have a 2-4 record in conference play.
Well, last night they took on Penn State, who was a Final Four team last year here in Fort Wayne. And talking about close, the match went 4 games. Penn State won 3 games to 1, but the first 3 games were tied at 22 in each of those games. And in game 4, we were tied at 25. But as you say, we just couldn't find the lid to close the door and finish them off. We'll see what happens tonight. IPFW in the home white will serve. Captain Jeff Petak will start things off. Kill attempt by Dan Haas is wide, and IPFW gets on the board first with a 1-0 lead.
That's what IPFW needs. IPFW has to come out from the get-go, get a nice lead in front of them.
Block attempt is wide, and the Ramblers get their first point of the night. We are tied at 1 point apiece.
Nice shot there by Justin Schnorr. Of course, last year he had a tremendous game as a freshman here at IPFW.
Dan Haas serving for the Ramblers. In their maroon with gold and white trim. Nice dig by Patak. Patak, I should say. And the kill attempt by Loyola is successful. And they take a 2-1 lead.
Again, Justin Schnorr coming out of the pipe. Of course, last night what killed IPFW against Penn State was handling transition balls, especially free balls. They weren't able to convert.
Good dig. And putting it away is Matt Bashevsky, the 6'4" freshman. And the Dons tie it up at 2 apiece. And Mr. Bashevsky has improved by leaps and bounds from when this season began.
Yeah, he's worked very hard on improving his passing game, especially. Teams looking to serve him as he is the freshman.
Left-handed kill by number 2 Tim O'Brien for Loyola gives the Ramblers a point and a 3-2 lead. A left-hand jump serve. Nice block by Rick Sullivan, number 14. And Loyola now is up on top 4-2.
Nice reblock there in the middle. Slam blocking Ruiz to the floor.
Tag team block for Loyola. Again, good dig by Staley. Another dig. And a save by Staley, and they get a defensive return. Small momentum builder, possibly. Although Brad Staub puts it away. 5-2, Loyola now on top.
Nice sequence of events there. Loyola of Chicago, a very good stationary blocking team. They're a big team, tall team, big hands.
I'm sorry, Ruiz had a block, but coming back with the kill, I believe again with Staub. Ramblers up on top 6-2. Again, we are playing rally point scoring, 1 point every serve regardless. We played a 30 in games 1 through 4, and if need be, 15 in game 5. Dons get a point.
And Mike, here's the trouble with IPFW. They have that slow starts and they have to continue to fight back and rally score, which is very difficult to do. Can't get behind the 8 ball early.
Ryan Staley, the sophomore setter, with the serve. And coming back with the kill is Rick Sullivan. It's basically 1 and out for the Dons on the serve, and Loyola now leads 7-3. Brad Staub serving. And they say it is wide. Service error. IPFW creeps to within 3 at 7-4. And just underway here at the Heritage Gate Sports Center. Glad you could join us tonight here on College 56 Sports. Nice kill by Justin Schnorr, 6'4" sophomore out of Racine, Wisconsin. And Ryan, we know a little bit about players from Wisconsin in general and Racine in particular.
That's true. Of course, Josh Sanders from Wisconsin as well, from Racine. Nice volleyball producing town.
The captain, Mr. Patak, does a change of pace return. The Ramblers are able to convert initially, but then they hit it wide, or long, I should say, as O'Brien's left-handed kill attempt is long. It's now 8-5. IPFW trailing by 3, but with the serve. Angel Ruiz gets the break on the net. Nice dig by Staley. And the point is successful for the Ramblers as Schnorr gets the kill.
6 kills already here in game 1 for Justin Schnorr. He is just a great player. That time tooling the block outside for a point to the Ramblers.
Ramblers dig it out. Ruiz, is a lift, I believe.
Easy double contact. That ball came in and out of The hands there rather ugly, a lot of rotation on the ball. Easy call for our head official.
Schnorr continues to serve for Loyola. Tag team at the net between O'Brien and Dan Haas makes the point good for Loyola, and Ramblers are up 11-5.
IPFW not connecting offensively as a team. They're only hitting 1%.
Tag team block again, O'Brien and Haas. 13-5, and I'm surprised Ernie Ball hasn't called a timeout, Ryan. 12-5 rather, I'm sorry.
Well, the intermission is coming up at 15. Well, they're going to call that a point to IPFW now, letting the players play through the runs of their opponents.
Ruiz with the dig, but
nice hands, Mike.
what can I say? Point to the, that's 12, is it 12-6 now? 12-6 our score. Nice kill! Dons creep to within 5, 12-7. Jeff Patak, second time around serving.
Jeff served very well in Game 3 last night against Penn State.
Staley sets it up for Ruiz. And the point is successful for the Dons. Staub and Haas unable to connect.
Nice conversion point there for IPFW. Nice touch off the block by Zbyszewski and Sanders. Ruiz putting it away.
Attack with the jump serve. And the kill, successful by Justin Schnorr. Loyola of Chicago now leads 13-8 here in Game 1 of this best-of-5 match. Haas serving for the Ramblers. Good dig there by Shane Davis. Sanders tried the easy over, didn't work. Good dig. Staley sets it up. Attack. And Sullivan gets credit for a kill as Loyola wins the point. They now lead 14-8.
Loyola winning those long rallies, keeping the momentum on their side up here in Game 1.
Nice kill by Matt Bashesky for IPFW. Gives the Dons a point and also the serve. They now trail 15-9.
It's Matty's third kill here in Game 1.
Josh Sanders serving it up. Conventional style. Nice kill by Brad Staub. Makes it 15-9. And we have a momentary timeout. The 2001 IPFW Arts and Sciences Distinguished Lecturer Peter Idacola will present his talk, Violence, Inequality, and Human Freedom, on Wednesday, March 21st at 7:30 p.m. in Neff Hall, Room 101. Peter Idacola is a professor of sociology and chair of the Department of Sociology and Anthropology at IPFW. His research interests have included topics on social organization, delinquency, criminology, and distribution of educational resources. The public is invited to attend this free event, and you may park for free in any B parking space on campus. That's author and professor Peter Idacola, Wednesday, March 21st in Neff 101 at 7:30 p.m. Well, Mr. Perrott, as we get a look at some of the fans here at the Gates Sports Center tonight, I'm not sure if they're IPFW fans or Loyola fans, because they seemed happy, and IPFW trails 15-9.
Loyola, this is one of the nicer rivalries in the MIVA. Very intense, and I'm sure a few family members and friends have made the trip from Chicago here to Fort Wayne.
Ramblers with the serve, and a kill by Bashesky. Gives IPFW the point. It's now 15-10.
Well, Matt has come out strong here in Game 1. IPFW as a team just hitting 23% compared to 48% for Loyola.
Staley with the serve for the Dons. Putting it away is Mr. Staub, and Brad Staub, a 6'4" junior out of Palos Park, Illinois. He's got some power with that right hand. He jump serves now. The dig by Vili, the libero. Point Loyola, however.
Now here's the trouble for IPFW, trailing by 7 points in Raleigh's score. It's going to be very difficult for them to come back. They're going to have to put 2, 3, 4 good balls in a row. There's one.
Pashesky gets the kill, makes it 17-11. Dons now with the serve. Ryan, is there anything, and you and I talked about this last night, the Dons this year, traditionally slow starters. Can they change it? And how can they?
How can they? That's a very good question. I'm sure the coaching staff has been talking things over about that. It's just, you know, the nature of the game. They just come out, whether it is a little bit lackadaisical or what have you, which I don't think is the case, but they just seem to get off to the slow starts, and part of the reason is they make little errors, and before you know it, you're down big early.
Nice kill by Jeff Patak. Makes the score 18-12. Loyola on top, but IPFW with the serve.
It's very hard to play Raleigh score point per play volleyball.
Angel Ruiz with a bullet that's unreturnable. And the score is now 18-13.
As I was saying, it's very difficult to play Raleigh scoring volleyball when you make mistakes, and right now IPFW making mistakes here in the early going, trailing by 5. Couple good serves though by Ruiz.
Nice save there by Loyola. But attack with Sanders with the kill. Josh Sanders makes it 18-14.
Smart play by Sanders there. Staley took the first ball and bump set it, and Sanders was able to crush it to the floor.
Loyola decides, let's take a break and call timeout. So let's take a break as well. We are in game 1 of our best of 5 match. Our score, Loyola of Chicago 18, IPFW 14. This is IPFW Volleyball on College 56 Sports.
I'm Walter Bowman, Director of Athletics at IPFW. I'm pleased you have joined us for today's telecast. I trust you will enjoy the exciting action of our student athletes, and at some point this year will join us for Mastodon Entertainment. In the meantime, it is our privilege to come into your home, and we thank you for sharing your time. Please remember that each Wednesday evening at 8:30, you can enjoy Mastodon Spotlight Coaches Hour. For more information on how you can become involved with the Royal Dons Athletic Association, call the number on your screen.
Welcome back to the Hilliard Gate Sports Center, everybody. Mike Miles and Ryan Perrott, happy to be bringing this volleyball match to you on College 56 Sports. We are in game 1 of our best of 5 match, an MIVA conference match pitting the visiting Loyola of Chicago Ramblers and the Volley Dons of IPFW, and IPFW serves trailing 18-14. To make that 18-15. Thanks to some hard work by Isaac White.
IPFW slowly creeping back in here in game 1. Ruiz doing a nice job serving.
Nice block by Patak. Or Sanders, I'm sorry. I get forgetting the wrong name as Justin Schnorr put that one away for Loyola. And it's now 19-15. Ramblers on top with the serve.
Schnorr almost automatic one-on-one. This is going to be an overpass.
Point to Loyola. 20-15, Ramblers on top. Justin Schnorr. Well, looks like IPFW calls the timeout now. Learn more about Mastodon Sports in season by tuning into Mastodon Spotlight each Wednesday and Friday here on College 56. The hour starts off with yours truly, Mike Miles, reviewing the week's sports activities, looking at game footage and talking with players and coaches. Then Coach Arnie Ball and Assistant Coach Mark Franke pick up at the half-hour mark with news and views about Volleydon Volleyball. Again, it's Mastodon Spotlight and Volleydon Volleyball, discussed on Wednesday evenings at 8:30 p.m. and Friday evenings at 9:30 p.m. right here on College 56. There's some happy fans in the crowd. I'm not sure the sign, kill, 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 but
Volleyball lingo, Mike, volleyball lingo.
yes, along with dig, set, jump serve.
Well, the fans, of course, coming out to see IPFW, but they've been on the road for 6 weeks, Mike. Very long road stretch that they've had. Of course, they'll play here tonight and then get ready to go to Long Beach, California next week for spring break to play Long Beach and Santa Barbara.
Nice kill there by IPFW. And one thing, Ryan, and I noticed this last night in a couple of the matches that we televised earlier in the season, the Dons may be short on experience, but they don't give up. Nice tag team block, attacking Saunders.
And that's just a rub off from, of course, head coach Arnie Ball and the coaching staff. You got to be a competitor in this game, and you got to be willing to play each and every point.
Isaac White serving for the Dons. Block again, attacking Saunders at the front of the net. Brings IPFW to within 2 at 20-18.
3 in a row at the net for IPFW, Sanders and Patak.
Isaac White, 6'3" sophomore out of Gambier, Ohio. Now the streak stops there as Dan Haas puts the kill away for Loyola.
Nice cut shot by Haas going around Sanders in the middle.
Shane Davis, number 4, serving for the Ramblers. Let's see what they call it. Point Loyola. Want to explain that one, Ryan?
Ryan Staley that time, the front row setter for IPFW, tried to dump the ball. What he's calling right now, he thought he wiped it off one of the blockers' hands of Loyola as the ball went out of bounds. Unfortunately, the ref didn't see it that way. Point Loyola.
Ruiz gets credit for the kill on the Josh Sanders set. Makes the score 22-19. IPFW trailing, but on serve. And the captain, Jeff Patak, to do the honors. Miss hit by Brad Staub for Loyola.
Just a bad set by Shane Davis. That time that set cleared past the antenna out of bounds. That would have been at a radical angle to even keep that one in play.
22-20, Patak serving. And a nice kill by Justin Schnort for Loyola. Gives the Ramblers a 3-point lead at 23-20. Dan Haas to serve. Nice tag team block there between Staub and Rick Sullivan for Loyola. Puts them up on top 24-20. We're getting into that danger zone with no room for error.
Tight pass here.
Nice kill by Bashevsky. Dons back on the serve, trailing by 3 now, 24-21. Again, it's game to 30. Rally point scoring. We have to win by at least 2.
Well, here's where IPFW is going to have to put some defensive pressure on Loyola. Here's a chance.
Staley and Ruiz get it back over. Let's see what happens. A lift on Loyola, so the Dons come out of that smelling like a rose.
IPFW now down 2. We're going to have to be able to turn a ball here in transition defensively.
Josh Sanders serving.
Nice serve by Sanders. Oh, wow.
Nice kill by Justin Schnorr.
He is in fuego now. He's got 10 kills here in game 1. He's hitting 70%, Mike. Phenomenal numbers, only 1 attacking error.
A left-handed serve, Tim O'Brien. Oh, nice block by Schnorr. 26-22, Loyola on top. 4 points away from victory in game 1.
That shot, Mike, went out of bounds, so they're going to give it the point to IPFW.
Thanks for the correction, 25-23. See what happens. Dink shot, Ruiz dinked it back. 25-24, and the crowd is into it. And Loyola calls timeout. Student host Dan Westrick and student producer Alicia Bradley bring you weekly Mastodon highlights and scores in 10 minutes or less. That's each Tuesday and Thursday evening at 5:50 and 8:50 right here on College 56. Well, crowd's into it, Ryan. And the Dons were down 24-20, and they've scored 4 of the last 5 points, now only trailed by 1, 25-24.
Well, IPFW has given something the crowd to cheer about. They've blocked really well in game 1, and they're being able to convert some of their transition balls. IPFW now down 1. This is, of course, where they struggled a little bit last night by making key errors. Hopefully that doesn't happen here tonight.
Let's take a quick look at some of the numbers as the teams come back on the floor.
Justin Schnorr's numbers just unbelievable here. He's 10 kills here in game 1, 2 errors, 14 attempts, 57%.
Now Matt Bashevsky's not too far behind at 54.5.
Matty's come out very strong here.
Back to the action. Staley gets hammered on that kill attempt. Can't return it cleanly or set it up, so it is now 26-24 Ramblers on top with the serve.
Should have been a diggable ball there. Staley had it in his breadbasket, just slipped away.
Patak, nice dig. By Staub. Staley sets it up. Bashevsky puts it away. Oh, I am impressed with Matt Bashevsky, Ryan. He has come and come and come since we saw him early on. Of course, you get to work with him every day in practice.
So is head coach Arnie Ball up off the bench. Nice job by Manning. Tough float serve there.
It's wide, and the Dons have tied it at 26. As Justin Schnorr hit the left-hand shot and went a wee bit wide.
IPFW playing with a lot of emotion, more emotion than I've seen in quite some time.
Block attempt by Ruiz is wide, so it's now 27-26 Loyola on top with the serve.
Sullivan jamming that one over the top of Angelo Ruiz out of bounds.
And Sullivan serves. Solid hit there by Brad Staub. 28-26. Ramblers within 2 of game 1, and IPFW calls timeout. Let's take a quick break. 28-26, Loyola on top. This is IPFW Volleyball on College 56 Sports.
Each year, IPFW faces 2 key legislative issues, equity funding and technology funding. Although we're a state-assisted university, the funding IPFW receives from the state puts us near the bottom of the list of public educational institutions. Join me this month on IPFW Up Close for a look at what can be done to improve the equity of funding for Northeast Indiana's largest public university. That's IPFW Up Close Sundays at noon and Fridays at 8 p.m. on College Access Channel 56.
At the Hilliard Gate Sports Center, IPFW entertaining Loyola of Chicago. Ramblers serving with a 28-26 lead, make it 28-27 as IPFW gets the kill. And the serve now, Angel Ruiz, number 12. And he was Arnie Ball, Mark Farkey's guest on the Arnie Ball show last week. Nice kill by Justin Schnorr from Loyola, and the Ramblers now will be serving for game number 1, leading 29-27.
Let's see who steps up here for IPFW. Game point, Loyola.
Schnorr with a service there into the net. Gives the Dons some hope, 29-28. Substitution for the Dons, number 14, Dustin Sherman, the 5'10 freshman from Northside High School. Comes in and he will serve. Oh, solid kill by Dan Haas, thanks to the set by Shane Davis. And the Ramblers come away with victory here in game number 1, winning by a score of 30-28. Teams will change ends, and we'll take a break as well. Game 1 in the books. Loyola wins it 30-28. This is IPFW Volleyball. You're watching it on College 56 Sports.
Dr. Larry Life has an unmatched desire for teaching and theater, and for 30 years he has rewarded his students at IPFW with his expertise and friendship.
We know all of the students. We know them by name. We're on a first-name basis with them. We follow their progress very carefully.
As chair of the theater department, Dr. Life knows the unparalleled advantages IPFW offers compared to larger universities.
In a larger program, very often a student, if they're an actor, doesn't get on stage until most times their senior year. Our students are on stage or designing their first, second year here.
Through 3 decades, Dr. Life has stayed focused on why he loves to teach.
Watching a student grow, watching a student start at one place and 2 years later see them at another place.
IPFW, the right school, right here, right now.
I wanted to study engineering so I could get a better job without giving up the job I've already got.
Of course, getting a degree without going into debt was pretty high on my list too.
And I wanted the kind of education that I could only get in smaller classes with the professor's full attention.
IPFW offered me all of that. And the Purdue engineering degree is going to look pretty good on my resume.
Going to IPFW is the best choice I ever made.
IPFW, the right school, right here, right now.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Hilliard Gate Sports Center here on the campus of IPFW. Mike Miles, Ryan Perot with you. Game 1 in the books as you look at Volley Down head coach Ernie Ball giving some instructions to his sophomore setter, Ryan Staley. Dons came close. Ryan had it tied at 26, but unfortunately, maybe it's this year's Volley Down curse. Just can't quite get the knockout goal.
Possibly, yeah. We just couldn't finish there at 26. You know, we had a chance to dig and convert a ball, couldn't happen. A couple chances to block and turn balls just didn't happen, unfortunately, for IPFW.
Some of the numbers in that first game.
Well, pretty much even. Digs 12-10 in favor of Loyola. The blocks are pretty even. 4 total team blocks for IPFW to 3 for Loyola. Each team hitting pretty well. Loyola 36%, IPFW 31%. The high man for IPFW, Matt Zbyszewski's got 8 kills, 1 error, and 12 attempts for 58%. And for Loyola, Justin Schnorr, unbelievable, 11 kills in the game, 3 errors, 16 attempts for 50%.
Well, we're about ready to begin game 2. The Ramblers will serve. Said they're visiting maroon with gold and white trim. Shane Davis, their setter, does the honors. Point to the Dons. Double hit. So IPFW, as in game 1, gets the first point of the game.
And it should be mentioned that Loyola, they're nationally ranked in the top 10 in the latest poll. Nice honors for Loyola. Great chance here for IPFW to knock them off.
Josh Sanders serving for the Dons. Nice, solid kill. Schnorr set up by Shane Davis.
Schnorr again. Most of his damage has come from the back row out of that pipe position, middle back. IPFW's going to have to make adjustments to shut him down.
Dan Haas serving for Loyola. Nice kill by Jeff Patak. And IPFW retakes the lead 2-1 and gets the serve as well.
Jeff's 4th kill in 9 attempts.
Ryan Staley, number 2. Heir to Chris Giesland as the setter, I should say, does the serving. Point to the Dons as Staub's kill attempt hits the net. And something somewhat unusual, an early lead, 3-1 for IPFW.
3-1 for IPFW. The question is, of course, now can they sustain it?
Power failure maybe or something. Another point for the Dons, 4-1. Their biggest lead of either this game or the last.
Nice serving by Staley on his jump serve.
Blocked by Ruiz. Miscommunication by Loyola, and it's 5-1 IPFW. 4 consecutive points in a row for the Dons. Staley's jump serve.
Overpass, look out.
Mashevsky puts it away. Now this is reminiscent of what we've seen in years past. Let's bottle it, tape it, put it on Memorex, and enjoy it. It's long. Oh, they're going to say it was touched.
Jeff Petak that time just couldn't control himself. Ball was clearly sailing long, just got a fingernail on it. Point for Loyola.
Good look at head coach Arnie Ball in his 21st year here at the helm at IPFW.
He's assisted by Lisa Horman and Benny Johnson and Mark Franke.
Kill attempt is wide. Point Loyola. Ramblers now trail 6-3. And they continue to serve. Tim O'Brien, the left-hander. Staley for Ruiz, and it's wide. Barely wide, but wide nonetheless. And tit for tat, the Dons get 4 points in a row on their serve, and Loyola comes right back with 3 on theirs. Staley, Mashesky, and it's blocked nicely by Justin Schnorr. 6-5 our score now. Don's lead is cut to 1. And Arnie Ball says, let's call a timeout. Let's take a break. Game 2, 6-5, IPFW with the lead over Loyola Chicago. This is IPFW Volleyball on College 56 Sports. Back at the Hilliard Gate Sports Center, IPFW in the home white leading the visitors from Chicago. Loyola Chicago Ramblers 6-5 in game 2 of our best of 5 match. Loyola won game 1, 30-28. This game is a game of streaks, Ryan.
Game of streaks, IPFW up to that 6-1 lead. Now Loyola creeping back. Loyola, a very emotional team. They play off their emotion. So when they get 2, 3, 4, 5 in a row, they just go nuts. And right now that's what's happening for them as they're getting all the momentum against IPFW.
Ramblers, O'Brien serving. Let's see, Dons get the point.
Zbyszewski tooling the block that time, quieting things for Loyola. 7-5, IPFW leading.
Zbyszewski with the jump serve now. Oh, nice dig, and the Dons get it over. It's a momentum builder, see if they can capitalize. Staley. Ruiz sets it up for attack, but a tag team block from Staub and Sullivan spells point for Loyola.
Another nice stationary block by the Ramblers. Now 4 total team blocks.
Brad Staub serving for Loyola. The block attempt from Ruiz is wide, and the Ramblers have now tied things up here at 7 apiece.
Schnorr just brings a lot of heat from the outside, corking his entire body. He's now got 13 kills.
Angel Ruiz with the kill. The nice little short set by Ryan Staley.
Ruiz's 4th kill. Not a lot of middle production tonight, Mike. 4 kills for Angel. Josh Sanders has 2 kills. Something IPFW is going to need to be successful.
Ruiz serving. Dons get the point as Loyola can't get it back over the net. Lead stretched to 2 now at 9-7. And Angel Ruiz continues to serve. Davis sets it up. The dink shot, Patak counters. Point IPFW.
There's a look at Loyola head coach Gordon Mayforth, assisted by Ray Gooden and Adam Beck. Very emotional coaches as well. As
didn't look happy, but he's got to feel better now after Ruiz had the service error.
He's out screaming instructions to his Ramblers players. In the long tradition history between these two schools, Loyola of Chicago has only beaten IPFW one time.
Dons get the point in the service error, and now they make a substitution. Justin Berger, number 13, 6'4" freshman out of Northrop High School, comes in and he will serve with his team leading 11-8 here in game 2.
Nice serve by Justin on the overpass.
Sanders puts it away.
That's a coach's delight right there. A substitute comes in to serve, serves that overpass, sweet, buttered up, and Sanders able to knock it to the floor.
Instant dividends. Let's see how long they last.
Another great serve by Berger.
Solid kill by Loyola, however. That had some heat on it. Ramblers get the point and the serve. It's now 12-9. IPFW leading.
Nice pass by P-Tack.
Nice block, however, by Dan Haas, number 5.
The Rambler middle blockers are reading IPFW middle blockers really well, shutting them down. That time slam blocking Sanders.
Service ace, the yo-yo shot, it just died. Dying quail. Makes it 12-11.
Justin Schnorr that time with the ace. Ooh, went for it again, wide. He's had a nice all-around game for Loyola. Hard to believe he's only a sophomore, playing like he's a senior.
Jeff Batak, the jump float. And Loyola is successful thanks large in part to Shane Davis, the setter who now gets a chance to serve. 13-12 is our score. IPFW on top in game 2. Loyola won game 1, 30-28. Point to the Dons as O'Brien's save effort goes wide. And you get a good look at Josh Sanders, 6'8" junior out of Racine, Wisconsin. Davis sets it up. Sanders with a long dig. Unfortunately, it's about 3 feet too long.
Off the wing that time of Sanders, just hit him in the shoulder. Sailed a little bit long.
14-13, Rambler serving, hoping to tie. Bashevsky with the heat.
11 kills now for Maddie at the intermission, 15-13 IPFW leading.
And we've got an official timeout. Let's take a break ourselves. 15-13, Dons on top of the Ramblers. You're watching IPFW volleyball. And let's take a break this way. The 2001 IPFW Arts and Sciences Distinguished Lecturer Peter Idacola will present his talk, Violence, Inequality, and Human Freedom, on Wednesday, March 21st at 7:30 p.m. in Neff Hall, room 101. Peter Idacola is a professor of sociology and chair of the Department of Sociology and Anthropology here at IPFW. His research interests have included topics on social organization, delinquency, criminology, and distribution of educational resources. The public is invited to attend this free event, and you may park for free in any B parking space here on campus. That's author and professor Peter Idacola, Wednesday, March 21st in Neff Room 101 at 7:30 p.m. Well, teams come back on the floor. It's 15-13, IPFW with the lead. And you look at a couple of these numbers, you mentioned earlier, Ryan, Justin Schnorr, almost a 56% attack percentage. Matt Bashevsky leading IPFW with a 47% percentage. Staley serving for the Dons. And a nice kill by Brad Staub of Loyola.
As a team, Mike, for hitting percentage, though, IPFW has dropped off. They're now at 26% to Loyola's 32%. So IPFW is going to have to pick it up. Somebody's going to have to pick it up aside from Maddie here offensively tonight.
O'Brien with the left-handed serve. And putting it away for the Dons is Justin Berger. And that gets a rise out of this crowd.
Great cut shot there by Berger. Coming into the game, his first attempt for the kill. Chance here for IPFW, Mike.
Patak puts it away. Heat that Shane Davis couldn't handle. Makes it 17-14 IPFW with the lead and the serve. Bashevsky jump serves. Kill was tapped by the Don, so it is point Loyola. And Justin Schnorr has some power, Ryan. He's one of the harder returners that I've seen all year.
He puts everything into it, turns his body, puts everything behind each spike attempt. 14 kills for Justin here tonight.
IPFW with the point, and now Angel Ruiz will try to extend an 18-15 lead.
For some reason, Justin just likes playing here at IPFW.
Solid kill for Brad Staub. Makes our score 18-16. Ramblers trailing by 2, but they do have the serve in the person of Rick Sullivan.
And it's usually Brad Staub who carries most of the offensive load for Loyola. He's averaging about 5.5 kills a game.
Little miscommunication on the return by the Dons, and it cost them a point. 18-17 now. Sullivan, 6'7" senior out of Deerfield, Illinois, serving for Loyola. Change of pace, goes a wee bit wide, and now we are tied at 18 apiece. Nice comeback on the part of Loyola.
Right now, Ryan Staley hasn't been able to find IPFW's middles. Josh Sanders only 3 kills, 4 hitting errors. He's hitting negative. While Angel Ruiz only has 4 kills, 2 attempts, hitting 22%. Wow.
What a little kill by Schnorr. He read Angel Ruiz's move, reacted appropriately.
That's a big time fly swat right there. Schnorr just hanging in the air, swatting Ruiz's attempt right to the floor. Nice play by Justin.
Patak gets the kill. Dons come right back and tie it up at 19 apiece.
Patak now 7 kills, 1 error, 46%. So it's Jeff and Maddie so far offensively for IPFW.
Berger serving, and Justin Schnorr returning. And the result is a point Loyola. Ramblers now up by 1, 20-19. With Schnorr serving.
Nice serve, nice pass by Patak. This is playable.
Let's see what the Dons do. Staley tries the quick hitter, doesn't work. Defensive return for the Ramblers. Let's see if Patak puts it away, and he does. Jeff Patak with the kill. As we mentioned last night, through the first games 1, 2, and 3, the teams were tied at 20. So it is here in game 2, IPFW and Loyola tied at 20 apiece. Davis setting it up. Bashevsky with the kill. IPFW leading 21-20.
Nice transition play for IPFW, the dig in the backcourt, and Bashevsky able to turn on the left side.
Loyola decides to talk things over, so they call timeout. Be sure to tune in to College 56 Sunday evening to see the 1931 classic film Blue Angel, starring Marlena Dietrich, Emil Jannings, and Kurt Guerin. That's Sunday evening at 9 for Blue Angel, right here on College 56. There's a look at a couple of happy fans here at the Gate Sports Center tonight.
Spring break vacation, that's why.
Ah, is that what it is? That's why my daughter is getting on an airplane Monday and going to fly to Paris, France for a week. Teams coming back on the court. Look at the numbers, Brian.
Justin Snorr, 16 kills, leads everybody in the match. Matt Svishevsky has 12 kills for IPFW. Jeff Patak coming along now. He's got 8 kills, but still little production out of IPFW's middles. Josh Sanders, 3 kills, but 4 attacking errors, and Angel Ruiz, 4 kills with 3 attacking errors. Digs are even, 14 apiece.
Point goes to Loyola, and we're now tied at 21 apiece.
Well, let's see if IPFW now can push the finish in that late stages of the game.
Short serve there by Davis. And Bashevsky makes him pay. Point IPFW, and I'm just more and more impressed with Matt Bashevsky. When we did that weekend series way back when with Concordia and Rutgers, you could tell that he was just getting into the swing of things, learning about his teammates, but he has really improved.
Yeah, that freshman label, as head coach Arnie Ball said during one of the practices early, as you take a look at the WAPO keeper Mark Franke, that the freshman label is now gone. It's time to play. And Svishevsky has come out playing rather well here tonight.
Service error by Josh Sanders as he serves it into the net, so it's point Loyola. Tied at 22, Ramblers with the serve.
Yeah, Mike, just a crucial service area here, late again in the game.
Bashevsky's kill, what are they going to call it?
It touched Matt on the way out of bounds. That's going to be a point to Loyola. So back-to-back errors here for IPFW, costing them the lead.
Bewildered look on Matt Bashevsky's face. Another short serve for a service ace. And that's just, is that just miscommunication, Ryan?
Absolutely, absolutely, Mike, miscommunication.
Arnie Ball calls timeout, gives us a chance to tell you that equity funding for IPFW students is the topic for this month's IPSGA update. How is it IPFW students do not have equitable funding from the state government? This month, student host Dan Westrick travels with the IPFW alumni bus to Indianapolis to visit with their state legislators to discuss funding issues for IPFW. That's an IPSGA update, Fridays at 12:30 p.m. and Saturdays at 9 p.m. right here on College 56.
Easy for you to say.
It's been a long day.
So 3 errors in a row for IPFW has cost them the lead here in game 2. A service error by Josh Sanders. Svishevsky's attack, tooling the block. It would have been out of bounds, but he was coming down, it hit him. And of course that last short serve by Loyola, handcuffing IPFW, giving them a point. 3 in a row, now 24-22 Loyola.
When you develop a history of staying close for the bulk of the game and then fading in the end, how do you break that?
Experience. Being able to play through each point. Nice swipe play by Staley. That should be a touch, but no call there. It's all about pressure performance, and right now IPFW, they can play well for 2/3 of each game, but when it comes down to that last 1/3, that pressure either just grabs them by the neck or what have you, and they just seem to crumble, making error after error.
Oh, Ramblers are able to save it. And they get the point on the kill. They were lucky at the net. Bashevsky nearly had it over and on the floor, but they were able to pull it out. Now they lead 26-22.
Now it's a 4-point lead late. Another short serve, overpass.
And putting it away is Justin Schnorr. Well, let's see what happens. Grittiness time for the Dons. Staley sets it up. Patak puts it away. One in doubt, go to the captain.
Nice cross-court shot by Jeff Patak that side. That time out of the back right corner. IPFW is now going to have to put a string of nice plays together to get themselves back here in game 2.
Ryan Staley with the serve. Whistle. Point IPFW.
The back row attack that time for the Ramblers was over the 3-meter line. Called for the infraction, point IPFW.
27-24, Dons trail by 3. Make it 4. As the Ramblers seem to come up at the appropriate time with the key hit or the key dig.
Brad Staub that time off the hands of IPFW's middle blocker, Angel Ruiz. 2 points away now from taking a stranglehold on this match.
O'Brien with the left-handed serve. Patak, it is wide. And all of a sudden, we are at game point for Loyola here in game 2. As they were trailing 21-20. And they have rattled off 9 of the last 12 points, and they are now serving for game 2.
Tight pass.
And putting it away is Brad Staub, and the Ramblers take a commanding 2-0 lead in this best-of-5 match. They win game 1, 30-28, game 2, 30-24. Let's take a break now here at the Gate Sports Center as you are watching IPFW Volleyball on College 56 Sports.
For over 3 decades, Dr. James Owen has been credited for helping IPFW become a top-rated school through not only teaching, but also his involvement in the Fort Wayne community.
The kind of people that the city were hiring at the time were people with advanced computer skills. I thought, my Lord, unless my students get up to speed in this particular area, skill and talent, knowledge, that they weren't going to be competitive in the job market.
Dr. Owen developed courses that would train his students to become leaders in the community.
At one time, of the 6 major department heads in the city of Fort Wayne, 3 of them were former students of mine that I'd recommended for the job.
He makes a point to stay in touch with former students, and that makes a difference in their lives.
Whenever I think about undergraduate days, I always think about old Professor so-and-so. She said, I have one like that too. And she said that's Dr. Owen.
IPFW, the right school, right here, right now.
I really wanted to go for an Indiana University business degree.
But with housing and tuition, it really adds up, and the money just wasn't there to go away to college.
And with a 2-year-old, my housing options were kind of limited anyway.
And the truth is, I really wanted to keep my job and stay close to home.
Going to IPFW made all of that possible.
IPFW? The best choice I ever made.
Indiana University, Purdue University, Fort Wayne. The right school, right here, right now.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Hilliard Gate Sports Center on the campus of IPFW. This is Mike Miles along with Brian Perrott, bringing you the action in this volleyball match featuring the Ramblers of Loyola of Chicago and the Volley Dons of IPFW. And Ryan Perrott, games 1 and 2, close but no cigar. Loyola, rather, comes out on top 30-28 and 30-24. Let's talk some numbers.
Well, the only number, I guess, that really matters is that IPFW is down 2-0, but you take a look at the overall statistics. As a team, Loyola hitting 40%, IPFW 23%, a big discrepancy there. 3 service aces compared to IPFW's 2 for Loyola in favor of that, although Loyola has more service errors, 5-2. Digs are pretty even. Ramblers 16, IPFW 14. And blocks, 8 total team blocks for Loyola compared to 5 for IPFW. The high man, Justin Schnorr, got 17 kills, 4 hitting errors, 23 attempts, 57%. That's an unbelievable number. Brad Staub is second. He's got 10 kills, 4 errors, 24 attempts, 25%. The high man for IPFW, Matt Smashevsky's got 13 kills, 4 errors, 21 attempts for a 43 hitting percentage. Jeff Patak is second. He's got 9 kills, 2 errors, 16 attempts for 44%, and very little production for IPFW in the middle, Mike.
When you are short on experience, as IPFW has with no seniors, and you are short on able-bodied players due to any number of reasons, and you are down 2-0, how many moves can Coach Ball make?
Well, it's a mental game now. It's a mental game of how IPFW can respond to adversity. And they came back last night, if you recall, trailing Penn State, and were able to steal game 3 from the Nittany Lions. But it's a mental thing, and IPFW is going to have to realize that they play well, as I mentioned earlier, up to 20 points. They play well for the first 2/3, and it's not like other teams are beating them. They beat themselves by making the errors late in games, and they're costly errors because you have no room to come back and rally score.
That rally scoring may be the biggest change, and when we talked about it on our earlier broadcast at the beginning of the season. We talked about the rally serve, and rally scoring, I should say. We talked about being able to continue play on a serve into the net, being able to go out for some shots outside of the pole that we couldn't before. But without a doubt, teams that have been used, and we've talked about this off air, teams that have been able to get away by getting into a rut by just serving out and keeping the opposition from getting a chance to serve. Now they can't use that weapon. They've lost it.
And that's the thing with rally score. But you know, rally score is more of a defensive game, and it's more ball control than anything for teams now going into this rally scoring up to 30 points. And when you're a very good defensive team, blocking and digging balls in the backcourt, your transition play can come of that. That gives you easy points right there. And part of the problem that IPFW is having right now is that they're lacking that ball control experience to push them through in the latter stages of each game.
Well, we will see what happens here in Game 3. Last night here at the Gates Center, Penn State, a team that has only lost 2 matches all year, and again, we said it earlier, a Final Four participant from a year ago. They won games 1 and 2, but IPFW came back and won Game 3. So we'll see if history can repeat itself tonight and take it one step further. As you get a good look at Associate Athletic Director Tim Heffron, former women's volleyball coach, cheering the Volley Dons on, and some others. IPFW will begin Game 3 with the serve.
Let's see if IPFW again can jump out to that lead. They've had the lead, I believe, in both the first 2 games.
1-0, 1-0, and in fact,
6-1, I believe.
6-1
yeah,
at one
Game
point
2.
in Game 2, only to see Loyola come back. So
just unable to hold on in the latter stages.
Well, let's see what happens. Matt Bashevsky will begin the game with the serve for the Dons. Bashevsky, Staley, Ruiz, Patak. Let's see, Ben Vili, the libero, is out there. Not sure who I'm missing. E.R. Cleus is in the lineup. And unfortunately, it doesn't start out good for the Dons because Dan Haas puts that first one away, and it's a 1-0 Rambler lead. Ruiz comes back with the kill, however, and we're tied at 1.
Right back at you, Angel Ruiz, right in the middle. Nice cross body shot. Tying things up here for IPFW.
Jump serve, Angel Ruiz. Davis sets it up, and O'Brien left hands it away for Loyola. Ramblers now take a 2-1 lead. Kind of difficult when you're not used to a left-handed return or left-handed serve to defend it, and O'Brien put it to good use for Loyola that time. Sanders, too strong on the kill attempt. We're tied at 2.
Sanders jamming it off the top of Rick Sullivan of Loyola. Back-to-back middle kills for IPFW, something that has been absent for them in the first 2 games.
Nice kill there by Brad Staub for Loyola. Makes it 3-2, Ramblers on top. And Tim O'Brien, that left-handed jump serve about to come up.
IPFW is going to have to come up with the mindset that, hey, we got nothing to lose. Let's just hang it out on the floor against this very talented Loyola Chicago team.
Battle of wills that time went Loyola's way. And it's 4-2, Ramblers with the lead. O'Brien's service error, it's long. One way to get a point back. 4-3 now, Dons trailing by 1. Patak to serve. Solid kill by Justin Schnorr. And Loyola has a lot of weapons.
Nice distribution all around by Shane Davis. He's got a lot of options, especially when everyone is clicking like Loyola.
Patak gets the kill for IPFW. Makes it 5-4. Loyola with the lead, IPFW with the serve. Josh Sanders. 6'8" junior from Wisconsin. Ruiz with the block. Davis sets it up again. Yarcleus blocks it. Defensive return for the Dons. Let's see what happens. Another dig. Staley sets it up. Yarcleus with the kill. One of the longest rallies of the match, and it goes IPFW's way, and they have tied this game at 5 apiece.
Nice defensive scrambling plays by IPFW. Broken play that time. Yarcleus able to sneak it through the block for his first kill. Let's see if IPFW can start running with that momentum.
Davis sets it up. Sanders gets the dig. Let's see what happens.
Wow.
Solid kill by Schnorn. And not only hit it hard, but he hit it on the angle so low that IPFW couldn't return it.
Unstoppable right now is Justin Schnorn. 19 kills, hitting 60%.
Ruiz, they say, is long on the kill. Makes it 7-5, Loyola on top.
First look at that backslide for IPFW. That ball just long. The serve just trickled over the tape, Mike.
Bashevsky hits it. Loyola can't hit it back straight, and it's point IPFW, and now it's 7-6. They trail by just 1. Ryan Staley, number 2, sophomore setter, will serve. Ruiz, nice move, nice anticipation there, as he and Schnorr were both at the net. And the result is a 7-7 tie.
Nice hang time by the Puerto Rican. There's a chance for IPFW.
Ruiz, change of pace, or what I used to call the yo-yo shot. Gives the Valley Dons the lead back at 8-7.
Well, you expect it to be close all the way through.
Patak digs it out. Feely had to return it, couldn't put any mustard on it being the libero. Patak sets it up. Bashevsky puts it away. Nice teamwork there by everybody on the floor. And it's a 9-7 lead for IPFW. Back comes Loyola, however. Dan Haas with the kill.
Haas spanking another ball to the floor in the middle. 1-on-1.
Makes it 9-8.
5 kills for Haas.
Schnorr, service error. Serves it a bit long, so it's 10-8. The Dons get the serve right back. Matt Bashevsky. Floating serve is long. Back-to-back service errors by each of the combatants. And our score is 10-9, IPFW with the lead, Loyola Chicago with the serve. Oh, nice dig there by Schnorr. Dons reload. Patak. Ruiz saves it. Staley sets it. Patak couldn't put it away.
Schnorr again.
The point went on and on. Unfortunately for IPFW fans, it ended up with the point going to Loyola.
Nice dig in the back by the libero for the Ramblers, Dan Kellum, but again, Justin Storr coming out of that pipe, just bringing so much heat. IPFW can't defend.
Bashevsky's return is returned in part by Haas, and the Ramblers have come back, and they now have a 11-10 lead.
Ooh, and that short serve doesn't even touch the net.
Tied at 11. Angel Ruiz to serve for IPFW.
Rather embarrassing for Shane Davis, the setter.
He sets it up. And Dan Haas puts it away.
The middle production for Loyola rather well. 44% for Dan Haas, Rick Sullivan 58%.
Staley sets it up, and the captain, Jeff Patak, puts it away.
The first combination play ran by IPFW tonight. Jeff Patak able to bury it to the floor on the hold by Josh Sanders in the middle.
Yarcleo serving for IPFW. And Brad Staub responding for Loyola with a solid kill on his 13-12 Ramblers. O'Brien with that left-handed jump serve. Staley sets it up. Patak puts it away. Staley and Patak finally starting to get together and get a couple of opportunities to show off Mr. Patak's experience and expertise.
Former National Freshman of the Year, Jeff Patak now with 12 kills.
Kill is long. Point Dons, they lead 14-13. Had to wait for the officials to see which way they were going to call it. Jeff Patak.
Now Jeff to the top spin.
Service ace. Makes it 15-13 with the mandatory break. Dons on top. Time for us to take a break. You're watching IPFW Volleyball on College 56 Sports.
What will your legacy to the world be? When you are no longer here, what will you leave behind for others to remember you by?
On Tuesday, March 28th, we 4 universities will host the Write a Will Day. Stop in and have your will drawn up for free.
It's all part of Leave a Legacy Month in Fort Wayne. Local attorneys will be on our campuses to construct your simple will at no cost to you.
Do your part in establishing your legacy. Join us March 28th for Write a Will Day at Indiana Institute of Technology, IPFW, Taylor University, and the University of St. Francis.
Leave a legacy.
With you, midway point of game 3. IPFW to the chance that we will rock you. They lead Loyola in game 3, 15-13. However, they do trail in a match 2-0.
Again, another lead for IPFW at the exchange. Now they have 15 more points to go to steal a game here.
Jeff Patak with the jump serve. Point to the Dons. It's a little net infraction by Rick Sullivan.
Great serving by Jeff here. Earlier on, he was using that jump floater. Now he's gone to the top spin. He's rattled off 2 nice serves. Here comes the jump float here. Causing an overpass. Chance for IPFW.
And Josh Sanders on the short set by Staley makes Loyola pay. 17-13 now. IPFW with the lead and the serve.
Josh's 5th kill. Good mix-up. Jeff going back to the top spin. Another good serve, 4 in a row for Patak.
Oh, good dig there by Schnorr. See if Loyola can convert. Set up time for the Dons. And Josh Sanders hit it a wee bit far. One of those mishits, I think.
Josh trying to find the hands that time. Just got overzealous.
17-14, IPFW with the lead, Loyola with the serve. Change of pace, return by Patak. Net play! Bashevsky hit it where they weren't. And it's 18-14, IPFW with the lead. 4-point lead, getting near that magical 20-point mark. Maybe it should have been Raleigh scoring to 20.
Well, there's one mistake, service error. Well, the international rule is Raleigh scored at 25, but collegiately they decided to go to 30.
Josh Sanders talking to himself. The last 2 balls he's hit have just taken off on him.
There's an overpass.
Ruiz with the save. Bashevsky with the kill.
IPFW got lucky that time. Schnorr couldn't put the overpass away. Bashevsky able to come through with his 17th kill.
19-15, Volley Dons on top. Staley to serve. Another, that's 2 serves out of, the last 2 serves in a row, I should say, by IPFW, just taken off. Must be the wind in here. 1916. Schnorr jump serving for Loyola. Service error.
Maybe it is a curse, Mike, that you mentioned earlier, but something just happens to IPFW as they hit point 20.
Davis sets it up, and Dan Haas puts it away.
So quick off the floor as Dan Haas, 7 kills for him, now 50%.
I'll tell you, Loyola's got a little bit of height, 6'8", 6'7" in a few spots. Good block there by Haas, and he's a 6'8" sophomore. 20-18, Loyola within 2, and they continue to serve. Krzyzewski is long.
Well, hitting error after hitting error now, service error after service error. IPFW now with a 1-point lead.
Tenuous. Davis serves. Patak puts it away.
Patak restoring some order for IPFW, Mike.
At least for the moment. Got some perspiration on the floor, momentary delay. As you get a look at Angel Ruiz, he had a chance to speak with Mark Franke earlier this week on College 56.
Plus there was a nice story done by NBC 33 on Angel earlier this week as well.
Here we go, Angel with the jump serve.
Oh, wow.
What a nice setup by Davis. And Haas puts it away. Made it look easy. Ramblers pulled it within 1 at 21-20. And Dan Haas will serve. Sanders is long on the kill attempt. And Loyola is now tied it up at 21 apiece.
Wow, Sanders negative 12%. Angel Ruiz only 1% for IPFW.
Would it be fair to say that perhaps Josh Sanders is in a bit of funk right now?
Well, last night he played really well against Penn State. Just not clicking tonight with Staley in the middle.
Patak puts it away for the Dons, and they regain the lead 22-21. Yarcleus serving. Nice kill there by Brad Staub. Ramblers retie it at 22.
Bringing the heat from the outside. Brad Staub, 13 kills now for him. Tied at 22. Let's see if IPFW can hang in there.
O'Brien, service error.
That serve just missed, Mike, on the line on the white side. Ben Veely looking at it all the way, it was out.
Makes it 23-22, IPFW on top. Jeff Patak to serve. And Jeff serves it long. So we're tied once again at 23. And this time Brad Staub will serve for the Ramblers. Staley sets it up. Krzyzewski got a break as they hit it, and it might have gone long. And we get the point. Sanders with the block.
Big break there, Mike. That ball clearly going long. The Loyola defender that time played it up.
We'll take any break we can get at this point.
Absolutely.
IPFW retakes the lead, 24-23.
Oh, nice short serve by Sanders.
Staley setting it up. Oh, nice dig there by Staub. Yarcleus. Staley gets the point on the turnaround. Not often the setter becomes an attacker, but Brian Staley did on that occasion.
That was a great pass by Yarcleus on the tape. Easy slam dunk for Staley.
Loyola calls timeout, gives us a chance to remind you to tune into College 56 Sunday evening, March 11th. That's a week from tomorrow, at 7 p.m. for the replay of tonight's men's volleyball match with Loyola of Chicago. That's Sunday evening, March 11th, IPFW volleyball, 7 o'clock, right here on College 56. Well, there's the Brain Trust, as you mentioned, Arnie Ball, Mark Franke, Lisa Horman. figure out what the next thing to do is. We'll look at some of the fans here in attendance tonight.
Well, I'm sure head coach Arnie Ball is talking, hey, look, we've been in this position before. We've been up late, if not tied in the late stages of a game. Let's see if we can put together 5 points and close things out and pull a game here out of Loyola. Get some confidence going into game 4.
Loyola's numbers are coming down just a wee bit, Brian, from what they were earlier.
The digs are even at 21 apiece. Right now they're out blocking IPFW. Loyola is 10-7.
Here we go. Sanders serving.
Nice serve by Sanders.
Schnorr, nice kill. Justin Schnorr makes it 25-24, and boy, he found an area that there wasn't much of an area to find, but he found the open spot and nailed it.
Clutch swing there by Schnorr, 21 kills for him.
Bashevsky returns. Let's see. They say it's in. To the chagrin of Gordon Mayforth and the Ramblers.
Oh, a hesitant call by the linesperson there.
Point goes IPFW. They're up 26-24. Staley serving. Davis setting.
Over the top, Justin Schnorr.
Ramblers respond. It's now 26-25, and they will have the serve.
Impressive performance by Justin again. 2 years in a row, Mike, he's come in here and played unbelievable volleyball.
Violation at the net, I believe. Point to the Ramblers, and now we're tied at 26.
Well, there's one mistake. Let's chalk them up now. IPFW late. We're tied here at 26.
Got to break the mold here.
IPFW's going to have to handle the ball. Nice, easy serve.
Staley setting it up. Bashevsky. Point to the Dons as Haas hits it long. 27-26. IPFW with the lead in the serve. Remember, we played a 30. Have to win by 2 at least.
Oh, let cord.
Patak puts it away, and there's an example of a play that would not have gone on last year. The serve hitting the net. 28-26. Dons on top, and Loyola calls another timeout. Let's take a break. 28-26, Dons on top. You're watching IPFW Volleyball on College 56 Sports. Everybody here at the Hilliard Gate Sports Center on the campus of IPFW. Mike Miles, Ryan Perrott with you. IPFW 2 points away from claiming victory in Game 3 and prolonging this match. They're up 28-26, and freshman Matt Bashevsky serves. Staley sets it up. Oh, nice block. Dig by Ruiz. Let's see what happens. Another block. By
3
Haas.
chances. Patak. Oh, easy
Davis
defensive
sets
play.
it up. Oh, putting it away is Dan Haas. Point stays alive long enough. Somebody's going to come in and make a good play, and that time Dan Haas was able to put it away. It's a 28-27 substitution for Loyola. Number 15, David Simon, a 6'8" freshman from Vernon Hills, Illinois. Comes in, plays up in front of the net.
Simon in for blocking purposes on the outside against Patak. They
David.
go away from Patak though.
Oh, nice play. Patak hung in the air over the net. Got the small touch on it, and it's point Dons, and they're serving for Game 3. Bryan back in for Loyola for Simon. Angel Ruiz for game 3. We got it! Sanders with the block! The Dons are still alive. They win game 3 by a score of 30-27. Teams will change ends and gives us a chance to take a break as well. As IPFW gets ready to play game 4. You're watching IPFW Volleyball on College 56 Sports.
As Director of Athletics at IPFW, I want to thank you for watching today's televised program. We at the Hilliard Gates Sports Center are pleased to present this event, which allows you personal involvement with our student athletes. You are most likely aware, Chancellor Wartell recently notified the NCAA of our desire to transition to NCAA Division I competition. This move will allow the university and you, our friends in the Fort Wayne community, the opportunity to enjoy Division I intercollegiate athletics. For more information on how you can become involved during this transition year, please call the number on your screen. Again, we are pleased you have invited us into your home and trust that you are enjoying this contest.
I really wanted to go for an Indiana University business degree.
But with housing and tuition, it really adds up, and the money just wasn't there to go away to college.
And with a 2-year-old, my housing options were kind of limited anyway.
And the truth is, I really wanted to keep my job and stay close to home.
Going to IPFW made all that possible.
IPFW? It's the best choice I ever made.
Indiana University, Purdue University, Fort Wayne. The right school, right here, right now.
IPFW hanging on, staying alive, winning game 3 over Loyola of Chicago, 30-27. They now trail 2 games to 1. Mr. Peratt, third game numbers.
Well, IPFW as a team still hitting in the low 20s. They're hitting 24%. Loyola 35%. Digs, Loyola 24, IPFW 22. The blocks, IPFW starting to creep up now. They trail by 1, 10-9. IPFW, though, the key to success, especially in the last game, they did not make the mistakes that they did in 1 and 2. They were able to hold on to the lead and take a game from Loyola. High man for IPFW, Matt Zbyszewski's got 18 kills and 31 attempts, 36%. Jeff Batak, 15 kills, 31 attempts, 42%, but still little middle production. Josh Sanders, 5 kills and 17 attempts. He's hitting -12. Angel Ruiz, 6 kills and 16 attempts. He's only hitting about 1%, if lucky. Justin Schnorr is the high man for the match. He's got 22 kills, 7 errors, 34 attempts, 44%. Brad Staub is second, 14 kills as well, 4 errors, 34 attempts for a 30%. Nice distribution if you take a look at the numbers, Mike, by Shane Davis for Loyola. Haas has 14 attempts. He's hitting 29% with 8 kills. Staub's got 34 attempts, Schnorr 34 attempts, and Sullivan has got 13 attempts. The other middle for Loyola with 7 kills, 46%. So right now a battle of wills in play as we get ready to start game 4.
Well, Loyola will serve to begin this game, and again, you're right, a battle of wills. The Dons staved off elimination in game 3, and came back and broke the tie. They were tied at 23, and this time actually tied at 26 as well. And instead of making the mistakes that have cost them games, they were able to hang on and come away with a W.
Yeah. They were able to minimize their errors there in game 3, and much to the chagrin, of course, of head coach Gordon Mayforth for Chicago, and to the delight of head coach Arnie Ball as he takes a look at some of the numbers that we have along. And that's the key, especially late in rally score in these games. Now, if you minimize your errors, good things will happen to you.
Shane Davis will serve for Loyola to begin game 4. Good dig there by Loyola. Ruiz digs it for the Dons. Staley sets it up, and Sanders puts it away. For the third time in 4 games, IPFW jumps out to a 1-0 lead.
Nice rally to start game 4. Sanders in the middle.
Iarcleos serving. Sanders with the block, and nobody could come up and find it. Josh didn't realize it, that he had a good block.
Cardinals sitting there as a blocker. Josh Sanders, he touched the ball, didn't know where it was, and instead of looking up, which you should do, he decided to look horizontal across his body, and the ball was already by the floor.
Staley with the change of pace. Third time Ryan Staley has tried it tonight that I'm aware of. First time he's been very successful. 2-1, Dons with the lead and the Jeff Patak jump serve. Sanders, the block is wide, point Loyola. Now tied at 2, and we will see the left-handed slants of Tim O'Brien.
For those of you, of course, who haven't heard, because IPFW's been on the road for 6 weeks, Ryan Staley dislocated his left shoulder. It's a big block there by Loyola.
Staub with the block.
Ryan Staley dislocated his left shoulder in practice a couple weeks ago. And just a couple days ago, Ben Veely, the libero for IPFW, dislocated his left thumb.
Bashevsky gets the kill. Block attempt is wide. And we're tied at 3. 3-3, game 4. Loyola won games 1 and 2. IPFW came back and won game 3, hoping to win this one and force a 5th and final game. Ruiz handled that little dig shot chance.
Oh, and it went through the hands of Bashevsky. That ball's in. Nice coverage play there by Davis in the backcourt, keeping it alive for Loyola. They take a 1-point lead.
Brad Staub, 6'4" junior out of Illinois, will serve. And that time, Sullivan was able to effectively, more or less, block Ruiz's shot. Now 5-3, Loyola with the lead in the serve.
Nice tough serve. IPFW not communicating right now. A couple of those serves questionably could have been long.
6-3 our score.
Staub continuing, sorry Mike, to bang away at his topspin jump serve. Another good one.
Staley setting it up. Bashevsky. Iarcleos blocked it. Bashevsky gets it this time, second time around.
20 kills now for Bashevsky, 33%.
And more importantly, he brings IPFW to within 2 points, 6-4 here in game 4. Nice kill there by our friend, Mr. Schnorr.
Well, one-on-one, you're at his mercy. Nice hold by the Ramblers middle blocker.
Who does he remind you of, and some of the players that you played against?
Well, it's so difficult to say, but especially on the outside like that. Take a look at.
Block attempt is wide by Haas, so it's point IPFW.
Just wide. From IPFW standards, he reminds me of a Brad Perditis, a guy I used to play with my freshman and sophomore year. Just a smart hitter, one-on-one, moves the ball around nicely, plays the all-around game, not just offense, but he's dug a couple nice balls, blocked a couple nice balls as well.
Davis sets it up. Veely digs it. Staley sets it. And Patak dig shots it over for the kill. Doesn't matter how, it's how many, and it's now 7-6 Loyola with the lead, and IPFW continues to serve. Matt Bashevsky. Digs it, oh. Not sure whether it was Davis or Haas, but one of them put it away.
That was Davis, a setter's delight that time. Able to swing away on the free overpass.
Makes it 8-6, Ramblers on top. And Justin Schnorr will serve. Shesky with a bullet. 8-7 now, Dons trail by just 1. Ruiz to serve. And we're now tied at 8.
Nice short serve by Ruiz. That time he pulled the string, handcuffing Dan Kellum, the libero for Loyola. Little wipe up on the floor on the Rambler side, trying to slow things down.
Remember last year we talked in some of our matches that we did, whether that was a nice little tactic that was used or whether it was actual validity for doing it.
I know when I played it was a tactic where the shoelace would come undone or contact came out of the eye.
Angel Ruiz serving it. Bashesky saves it. Staley sets it.
Tight set inside that time.
O'Brien gets credit for the kill. I say it was touched. Point Loyola. Ramblers now lead 9-8, and they have the serve. Davis, the setter, with the honors. Josh Sanders with some heat. Tied once again at 9.
Nice shot by Josh Sanders on the 31. Jamming it high and hard off of Dan Haas. Oh, that serve well wide.
Cleves rather didn't play for the win.
Disgusted with himself on that serve. 10-9 Loyola here.
And they have the serve. Short serve at that. Nice tag team block. Patak's kill was long. There's a good defensive block there between O'Brien and Sullivan. Now 11-9 Loyola on top.
Well, they're so tall and they got nice wingspans. Anything stationary that they don't have to move laterally too much. They're really good blockers.
O'Brien dug it out for Loyola.
There's Schnorr out of the back row.
To the chagrin of Sanders.
24 kills for Justin Schnorr, 45%. Anything in transition and he's in the back row middle, he's gonna get it. So far he's putting the ball away almost automatically. Oh, miscommunication there, Mike, for IPFW.
Coming right at us. I gotta make sure my life insurance is paid.
Good head movement though, Mike, good head movement.
Point to Loyola, they lead 13-9, timeout is called. I want to remind you that the 2001 IPFW Arts and Sciences Distinguished Lecturer Peter Idacola will present his talk, Violence, Inequality, and Human Freedom on Wednesday, March 21st at 7:30 p.m. in Neff Hall, room 101. Peter Idacola is a professor of sociology and chair of the Department of Sociology and Anthropology at IPFW. His research interests have included topics on social organization, delinquency, criminology, and distribution of educational resources. The public is invited to attend this free event, and you may park for free in any B parking space on campus. That's author and professor Peter Idacola, Wednesday, March 21st in Neff Room 101 at 7:30 p.m. Well, now that we've momentarily recovered from our assault by a volleyball.
You still have the moves as a cheetah, Mike. That was quick head movement to get out of the way.
Hey, for somebody who's getting up there ready for AARP age, I'll take it. Back to the action. Loyola with the serve. Dan Haas doing the honors. Staley setting it up. Dugout was Patak's shot. Nice block, Sanders and Patak. Let's see what happens. Staley setting it up. And the captain, Jeff Patak, puts it away.
That time Jeff Patak going line against Brad Staub. Smart shot there from him. 17 kills now for Jeff.
And it was interesting, Ryan, one of the longer rallies of the match, and it seems if IPFW can stay in longer rallies, they've got a better chance of coming away with the point.
Yeah.
Long on the kill attempt. Dons cut the lead to 2, 13-11. As you get a good look at Gordon Mayforth.
He's screaming he's screaming for a net violation, and that clearly shaking up and down. No call.
Well, he's on the road. Sanders in self-defense blocks it. Bashevsky puts it away. 13-12. The lead is now 1. Fans are starting to get a little more excited.
IPFW, best server of the night, Jeff Petak, mixing up that top spin with the jump floater. Here comes that jump floater. Nice and short.
Nice solid hit, however, by Brad Staub.
Middle blocker late getting over that time. Josh Sanders not closing with Ryan Staley. Staub able to sneak it through the block.
14-11, here comes the left-handed serve of Tim O'Brien.
Nobody up.
And Staub knew what to do with it. She puts it away. And we're at the mandatory break. 15-12, Loyola of Chicago on top.
I'm Walter Bowman, Director of Athletics at IPFW. I'm pleased you have joined us for today's telecast. I trust you will enjoy the exciting action of our student athletes, and at some point this year will join us for Mastodon Entertainment. In the meantime, it is our privilege to come into your home, and we thank you for sharing your time. Please remember that each Wednesday evening at 8:30, you can enjoy Mastodon Spotlight Coaches Hour. For more information on how you can become involved with the Royal Dons Athletic Association, call the number on your screen.
Welcome back, everybody. Mike Maz, Ryan Perrott with you here at the Hilliard Gate Sports Center on the campus of IPFW. 15-12, the midway point of Game 4. Loyola of Chicago, the visitors, lead the IPFW Volley Dons, and they also lead in the match 2-1. For lack of a better phrase, Ryan, is it suck-up time yet for the Dons?
It is. It's not only is it suck-up time, it's step-up time, it's crunch time, you name it. Any cliche you can come up with. A must-win game for IPFW as they trail 2-1.
O'Brien with the serve for Loyola, and Patak with the kill for IPFW. Once again, the captain comes through when it's needed the most. Makes it 15-13, a little bit of concern in the look of Gordon Mayforth there, coach of Loyola. Sanders serving for the Dons. Net violation, point IPFW.
Shot by Schnorr hit the antenna. Out of bounds, point for IPFW.
Now it's 15-14 as you get a good look at the mentor of IPFW, Arnie Ball. Long is the kill attempt by Staub, so we are tied at 15. And we talked earlier about the resiliency of IPFW. They may be down, but they're not totally out, and they keep fighting in every game.
Yeah, a couple of hitting errors back-to-back for Loyola. See if IPFW can keep the pressure on.
Patak with a long dig. Dig return, I guess you'd call it. Was it touched? That's the question. Was it touched? The officials are saying no. Mayforth not happy for the second time on a potential point that's taken away.
Well, he knows that every point is now crucial after the halfway stage of the game. Begging for a touch call. None given.
Chance for the Dons. And see, oh, Staley with the turnaround. 17-15, IPFW on top. And Loyola calls timeout. As Mr. Mayforth not happy. Learn more about Mastodon Sports in season by tuning into the Mastodon Spotlight each Wednesday and Friday on College 56. The hour starts off with yours truly, Mike Miles, reviewing the week's sports activities, looking at game footage, and talking with players and coaches. Then volleyball coach Arnie Ball and assistant Mark Franke pick up at the half-hour mark with news and views about Volley Down Volleyball. That's Wednesday evenings at 8:30 and Friday evenings at 9:30 for Mastodon Spotlight right here on College 56 Sports. Well, Ryan, Gordon Mayforth has had 2 calls go against him that he feels were mistakes on the part of the officials, tip balls. Well, that's some of the breaks sometimes.
Exactly. Sometimes you don't get the calls, and especially when you're on the road in conference play, you'll rarely, if ever, get calls. So it's a good effort by him to try to keep his team focused, but to no avail on any of those calls, Mike.
Back to the action now. Josh Sanders to serve for the Dons. Net violation again.
Another hitting error. Again, Schnorr, the sets are way past the antenna. He can't bring the ball back in cross court. Gordon Mayforth ducking his head.
18-15, IPFW with the lead and the serve. Oh, nice kill there by Sullivan, and it was a short set by Davis. Coach Arnie Ball looks on. I believe he's been here 21 years. Service error just wide. Staub didn't think so. But it is now 19-16.
Been here for 21, coaching for over 35 years.
The block by Angel Ruiz.
Great block in the middle by Ruiz, one-on-one.
Now 20-16.
IPFW at the magical 2-0 number.
Staley with the serve. And a nice kill that time by Schnorr. Justin said enough is enough. Makes it 20-17, Ramblers to serve. Rick Sullivan. Short serve, Staley sets it up. And Patak can get credit for the kill. As the block by Sullivan is wide. 21-17, IPFW with the lead and the serve. Bashevsky, jump float. Davis sets it up. And a nice kill that time by Schnorr. And you get the feeling, Ryan, that coming down the stretch, Loyola wants to get the ball set up for Schnorr to kill at every chance he gets.
As much as possible. It's all about ball control now. What team can handle the ball, the pressure.
The block by Haas, and it's 21-19. Don't look now, Ramblers on their way back. Schnorr jump serving.
Huge jump serve. Free ball in transition now.
Ramblers, oh, the miss hit. Let's see what happens. The dig by Veely. The set. Patak gets it over. Loyola saves it for the moment. Dig by Staley. Iarcleos can't find it. And they say a lift. Point Loyola. I think, although we're going to have a conversation. Do we have our mic set up there? I wonder.
And I really thought that the ball hit up here at the top.
The ball missed this. Did he use this as an advantage?
No.
No. We have a play over.
Okay. Greg Roth and Dan Hauser talking things over.
He said no, it did not.
The question now becomes whether or not the ball had hit the referee stand.
I thought it did.
It looked like to me Aris Iarcleus had put out his left forearm to guide him.
I thought you got it clean.
But it should have been called earlier. Justin Schnorr of Loyola had mishandled the free pass that IPFW had given him, and wow, Loyola, talk about a break there, not getting any calls earlier. They got a huge break right there. Still a discussion.
I thought the ball was clean.
What might happen? It'd be a replay, perhaps?
We can only call antenna and out and down.
Well, it's going to be either a replay.
Here we go.
And that's what's going to be called, a replay. Because they had blown it dead in transition there. Big break at 21-19 IPFW.
So here we go all over again. Who's got it? Staley. Patak with a bullet. Ramblers are able to dig it. Feely stopped it for the moment. Patak. Ramblers stop it again.
Snore.
Nice dig. Oh, can't get it. Krzyzewski tried to dig it. Patak tried to get it, but he couldn't.
Snore out of the pipe that time. That time running out of room is Patak. He ran into the far outside post. Thank goodness it's padded. 1 point lead IPFW. Make it 2.
Service error that time by Schnorr. Break for the Dons. It's now 22-20 IPFW. As you see Coach Ball talking with Roberto Benvili. Angel Ruiz with the serve.
Wow.
Bullock with a capital B.
Yep. Schnorr with some detonation. 28 kills for him out of the pipe. They're just going to continue to feed his arm until this game's over.
Davis serving for the Ramblers. Point Dons as the block attempt by Haas goes into the net. 23-21, IPFW with the lead and the serve. Viercleus to do the honors.
Nice serve, that's an overpass. And miscommunication on the play that time. Easy free point for IPFW. Instead, they just shanked it over the net.
Makes it 23-22, IPFW with the lead. Loyola with the serve. Staley setting it up for Ruiz. Too much mustard on it. Point Dons. And now lead by 2, 24-22. And the captain, Jeff Patak, will serve. The floater, the jump floater. Let's see what happens.
It's a nice serve by Jeff.
The block by Sanders. 25-22, and I know it's too early, but we're 5 points away from a deciding Game 5.
And head coach Gordon Mayforth wants to talk things over with his troops.
Let's take a break. Our score, IPFW 25, Loyola of Chicago 22. This is IPFW Volleyball on College 56 Sports. Student host Dan Westrick and student producer Alicia Bradley bring you weekly Mastodon highlights and scores in 10 minutes or less each Tuesday and Thursday evenings at 5:50 and 8:50 right here on College 56. Okay, Ryan, what are each coach talking to his players about right now in this timeout situation?
Well, IPFW right now, all they do is have to put the ball away 5 times and they win. So that's what Coach Ball is talking about. Let's handle the ball, put it away. We're going to easily bring this home. Hopefully, of course, he's not saying easily. And, of course, head coach Gordon Mayforth is saying, hey, look, we got to start blocking balls and digging some balls to get ourselves back into it. We're not handling the ball here. We've shanked a couple of easy transition balls that we should have put away. Couple free ball points that have gone through our hands or what have you. And of course, Justin Schnorr is just saying, hey, give me the ball, I'll take us home.
Here we go, Jeff Patak. The jump float serve. Davis sets it up.
There's Schnorr.
The dig by Patak. Staley setting it up. And Patak with the kill. 26-22 now. Volley Dons on top. Crowd liking what they're seeing.
Nice dig in the backcourt. Giving IPFW that point.
Another jump float serve by Patak. Solid kill, however, by Loyola. And it's now 26-23. Mayforth looks on. Loyola comes into this match tonight with a record of 9-2, 5-1 in MIVA play. Krzyzewski with, I thought it was the kill, but they got a break.
Oh, wow.
And they turned it into a point.
IPFW standing and watching that time. The play continued. Off the net, Staub that time. Nice play by him.
They were like me. I thought that it was a dead kill point. Yeah. Service error, however, break for IPFW.
Big break for IPFW.
Makes it 27-24. Substitution, Sherman back in the lineup for IPFW, replacing Josh Sanders, and Dustin Sherman will serve. 27-24, IPFW, 3 points away from forcing a fifth and deciding game.
Nice touch off the block, chance here.
Staley on the kill attempt, no good. Oh, nice put away by Schnorr, the last person IPFW wants to see with his hands on the ball. Makes it 27-25.
Now they're in one of their better rotations is Loyola. You got Schnorr up in the left front.
Oh, and here comes the wipe-up play. Loyola. Brad Staub to serve. His team trailing 27-25 here in game 4. Staley setting it up. Nice block. It's wide, however, so Bashevsky gets credit for the kill. 28-25. Dons with the lead and now with the serve.
24 kills for Bashevsky. Staley with his float serve coming up.
Ryan Staley, the sophomore setter, replacing Chris Giesland.
Look for the set to go to Schnorr. Here he is.
The dig. What are they calling?
Net violation that time on Bashevsky.
Makes the score 28-26. The lead is down to 2.
Let's see if IPFW can continue to handle the ball.
Sullivan doing the serving. Attack with a bullet! 29-26, game point for the Dons. Crowd on its feet. Bashevsky to serve. Rhythmic chant here at the Gates Sports Center. The Dons trying to force a fifth and deciding game 5. Davis setting it up. Schnorr, dig out by Bashevsky. Attack returns. Schnorr again, and this time he gets the kill.
31 kills for Justin Schnorr, and he's going to go back and serve. All IPFW has to do is put the ball away, and head coach Arnie Ball wants to give him a little icing.
So he calls a timeout.
Each year, IPFW faces 2 key legislative issues, equity funding and technology funding. Although we're a state-assisted university, the funding IPFW receives from the state puts us near the bottom of the list of public educational institutions. Join me this month on IPFW Up Close for a look at what can be done to improve the equity of funding for Northeast Indiana's largest public university. That's IPFW Up Close, Sundays at noon and Fridays at 8 p.m. on College Access Channel 56.
We are back at the Gates Sports Center. Mike Maz, Ryan Perrott with you. Game 4. IPFW leads 29-27. Loyola leads the match 2 games to 1. They will serve and try to stave off elimination, at least for the moment. However, if the Dons win this point, we do go to a game 5.
Jeff Petak on the outside. Let's see if he gets the ball here. He does.
Oh, nice block by Dan Haas, and it's 29-28. Now we got to win by 2, regardless of which team. Don still with game point.
The front row for IPFW have here Clayus, Ruiz, and Patak.
Staley setting it up.
Tight set.
Dug out by Clayus. Here we go again. Patak gets it. Point and game to IPFW. They come back and win 30-28. So we are tied at 2 games apiece, and now we go to the 5th and deciding game. Now let's take our break.
As Director of Athletics at IPFW, I want to thank you for watching today's televised program. We at the Hilliard Gates Sports Center are pleased to present this event, which allows you personal involvement with our student athletes. You are most likely aware, Chancellor Wartell recently notified the NCAA of our desire to transition to NCAA Division I competition. This move will allow the university and you, our friends in the Fort Wayne community, the opportunity to enjoy Division I intercollegiate athletics. For more information on how you can become involved during this transition year, please call the number on your screen. Again, we are pleased you have invited us into your home and trust that you are enjoying this contest.
I really wanted to go for an Indiana University business degree.
But with housing and tuition, it really adds up, and the money just wasn't there to go away to college.
And with a 2-year-old, my housing options were kind of limited anyway.
And the truth is, I really wanted to keep my job and stay close to home.
Going to IPFW made all of that possible.
IPFW? The best choice I ever made.
Indiana University, Purdue University, Fort Wayne. The right school, right here, right now.
It is more than a trial by fire. It is a rite of passage. And if you can master your fear, outsmart your enemy, and never yield, even to yourself, you will be changed forever. The few, the proud, the Marines.
Everybody from the Hilliard Gates Sports Center, Mike Miles and Ryan Perrott with you. Ryan, these two teams have battled for about an hour and 52 minutes and haven't decided a thing.
Aside from they want to play some more volleyball.
Loyola won games 1 and 2 by scores of 30-28 and 30-24, only to see IPFW come back, winning game 3 30-27 and game 4 30-28. So we will go to only 15 points here, have to win by 2 at least. And Loyola will begin the game serving with the southpaw Tim O'Brien. Staley setting it up. And Angel Ruiz puts it away. Point IPFW. Fourth time in 5 games they've jumped out 1-0. Pierre Cleus to serve for the Dons.
Justin
Schnorr, what a performer.
32 kills, 10 errors now for Justin, 54 attempts, hitting 41% on the match. Those are all match highs.
Staley. Oh, the dig by O'Brien. Staley setting it up, and the captain puts it away. Jeff Patak gets point number 2, and it's 2-1 IPFW.
Through 4 games, the high man, Matt Zbyszewski's got 24 kills. With that last kill, Patak ties him with 24 apiece. IPFW hitting 27% as a team.
Jeff Patak serving. And it's wide, however, by Staub. He thought it was in, but it wasn't. And it's a 3-1 IPFW lead. And in a game to 15, it's nice to get out early.
IPFW has minimized their errors in the last 2.5 games, while Loyola has stacked them up.
Oh, Bailey and Patak bumped into each other trying to get the dig. And it's a point for the Ramblers. It's now 3-2 with Loyola serving. Rick Sullivan with the honors. Point Ramblers. A lift being called by Dan Hauser. Just like that 3-1 lead for the Dons has evaporated, and it's 3-3.
Another short serve.
Bashevsky puts it away. 4-3 IPFW on top. Oh, it's nice going to be seeing Mr. Bashevsky here for 3 more years. Sanders serving.
Chance
here. Return. Here we go. Ruiz setting it up. Oh, Oh, and what a dig
Justin
by Schnorr.
Yep.
Staley, Patak, and it's dug out again. Defensive return. Can the Dons take advantage?
Inside, they can't.
And it's long. Dons had 3 chances and lost them all. And we're tied again at 4.
Yeah, that's just bad ball handling that time on the free ball overpass. But what a play by Justin Schnorr again. Off balance, able to keep it alive.
Now
for
he
Loyola.
serves. Patak puts it away.
IPFW comes right back. They're eliminating their errors, and I like it, Mike. 1 in, 1 out, 1 in, 1 out. Never want to make more than 2 or 3.
Mayforth looking on. Staley serving. Short serve. Oh, and it's hit by Veely. Just touched briefly, but it's a point for Loyola. I'm not sure that ball would have gone out, but it did touch Ben Veely, so it's 5-5.
Well, this 5th set's going to come down the blocks and digging. Who could convert in the backcourt?
Davis setting it up. Schnorr on the block. Point Dons! Tag team block. Take your pick. Ruiz, Yarkleus, or Bashevsky. One of those 6 hands got the block and got the point.
12 team blocks now for IPFW, 14 for Loyola. Digs are 40-35 in favor of the Ramblers.
Bashevsky serving. Block unsuccessful by Ruiz, and we're tied once again at 6.
Staub tooling the block that time. 22 kills for Staub. He's second on the Rambler team.
Dan Haas serving. Servicer! Turns the serve over to the IPFW, and the Dons have a 7-6 lead. Angel Ruiz ready to serve as Coach Arnie Ball looks on and exhorts his team on. Davis setting it up. Schnorr's long. Ramblers thought it might have been touched. The official said no, so it's 8-6. Dons lead, and we have a changeover at the 8-point mark. Well, 8-6, Dons on top. Can they hold it?
That's the big question. If they continue doing what they're doing right now, they're forcing the issue against Loyola. Loyola starting to buckle a little bit. A couple hitting errors, a service error. IPFW with that 2-point lead on the side change, 8-6.
Here we go. Angel Ruiz to serve, just at the opposite end now. Jump serve. Davis sets it up. Schnorr dug out by Bashevsky. Davis. Schnorr.
Over the top.
Somehow, IPFW has got to find a way to keep the ball away from Justin Schnorr because he's killing them, literally. 8-7 now. O'Brien with the left-handed serve coming up for Loyola. Staley. Patak puts it away! The captain with a bullet in his 9-7 Valley Dons. Yarkleus to serve. Oh, nice short set by Davis, and Rick Sullivan knew what to do with it.
That's just a clutch set in the 5th set. Into the middle, Sullivan able to put it away for Loyola.
Ramblers now trail 9-8. Make it 10-8. Josh Sanders with a kill.
Nice set by Ryan Staley going to the middle himself. Sanders able to thunder it to the floor.
Mayforth saying, come on, Ramblers, let's go. The crowd here at the Gates Center saying, let's go, Valley Dons. Patak serving. Schnorr with the kill. Staley and Sanders unable to block it cleanly. 10-9. IPFW on top. Loyola of Chicago to serve.
34 kills now for Justin. Remember, we're playing to 15. Must win by 2, no cap.
Patak with a bullet. 11-9. Dons by 2. What a comeback this would be if they can finish it off.
Absolutely. This would be a huge momentum boost for IPFW.
Make that plane ride to California next week more enjoyable. Oh, again, a short set by Davis, and Haas put it away. 11-10, the lead down to 1.
Well, IPFW expecting Schnorr to see every ball. Nice set by Davis into the middle. Haas putting his 9th kill away.
Oh, solid serve. Staley saves it. Feely saves it. Schnorr's wide.
Wow, what a break for IPFW.
Santa Claus coming early.
That's just a huge mistake by Dan Haas at the net. Instead of letting the ball come over, he went to block it. Nice cover play by Ruiz, keeping it alive for IPFW.
12-10. Make it 12-11.
But he comes right back in the middle, Haas. 12-11, Mike. Big pressure here.
Substitution. David Simon making the second appearance for the Ramblers, the 6'8 freshman out of Vernon Hills, Illinois, replaces the southpaw Tim O'Brien. Shane Davis with the serve. Attack with the break! You can't return the block, and it's 13-11 Dons. 2 points away, and Bashevsky to serve. A freshman and a half. Davis setting it up. You know Schnorr's going to get it.
Wow. That's a point to Loyola. That plays out of bounds.
13-12. IPFW by 1. Loyola with the serve. And Ernie Ball calls timeout. Let's take a timeout as well. 13-12 our score. Don's on top. You're watching IPFW Volleyball on College 56 Sports. Welcome back, everybody. Mike Miles, Ryan Perot with you. 13-12. IPFW on top of Loyola. 5th and deciding game. When he goes to 15, you have to win by at least 2. Dons have the lead, but Loyola will have the serve. Dan Haas, who's been a force. Of course, the biggest force has been Justin Schnorr, but Haas will serve for the Ramblers. Here we go. Staley setting it up.
It's blocked.
What a block. The most opportune time for Loyola. And we're tied at 13. Whoever wins 2 points in a row now is going to win this game. Staley setting it up. Attack is wide. All of a sudden, what was a 13-11 lead is now a 14-13 deficit, and IPFW calls another timeout. The 2001 IPFW Arts and Sciences Distinguished Lecturer Peter Adicolo will present his talk, Violence, Inequality, and Human Freedom, on Wednesday, March 21st at 7:30 p.m. at Neff Hall, Room 101. Peter Adicola is a professor of sociology and chair of the Department of Sociology and Anthropology at IPFW. His research interests have included topics on social organization, delinquency, criminology, and distribution of educational resources. The public is invited to attend this free event, and you may park for free in any B parking space on campus. That's author and Professor Peter Adicola, Wednesday, March 21st at Neff Room 101 at 7:30 p.m. Oh, Ryan Perot, hopes were high a few moments ago, and Loyola has shown why they've only lost once in the MIVA this year. Come back from a 13-11 deficit, and they've won 3 points in a row, and now they're serving for the match.
Big block got it started for them against Angel Ruiz. Look for this ball, IPFW. They can get a nice pass to go to Jeff Pitak on the left side.
we go. Dan Haas to serve. Match point for the Ramblers. Patak gets the kill! The Dons stay alive, 14 all. You called it, Ryan. Staley set it up for the captain, and Jeff came through.
Now it's going to be a matter of who can step up here, who can make the play.
So whoever can win by 2. Point is IPFW's. Staub's hit is long, and now Loyola calls timeout.
Brad Staub got a nice set. He just sailed it long, giving advantage back to IPFW.
Let's break ourselves. 15-14, Don serving for the match, and we continue in just a moment right here.
I really wanted to go for an Indiana University business degree.
But with housing and tuition, it really adds up, and the money just wasn't there to go away to college.
And with a 2-year-old, my housing options were kind of limited anyway.
And the truth is, I really wanted to keep my job and stay close to home.
Going to IPFW made all that possible.
IPFW? It's the best choice I ever made.
Indiana University, Purdue University, Fort Wayne. The right school, right here, right now.
We are back, everybody. 15-14, IPFW serving for the match after being down 2 games to none. Angel Ruiz, rather, with a jump serve coming up.
Look for Justin Snoor here out of the back row pipe, where you got Brad Staub on the left side. Little change of pace.
Davis setting it up. Point Loyola.
Staub comes right back after that hitting error to sneak it through the block. We're tied 15 apiece.
Gordon Mayforth cheering his team on. O'Brien back in the lineup with a left-handed serve coming up. Staley setting it up for Patak. And the captain comes through again. 16-15, IPFW with the lead. And we've got Dustin Sherman coming in for Yer Cleus. No pressure on Dustin. He's only a 5'10" freshman from Northside.
Defensive specialist, this is what he lives for. Hopefully he can keep it in play here.
Match point number 2 for the Dons.
And he does. Nice serve by Dusty.
Dug out by Ruiz, and it hits the fixture. Is it still alive?
Free ball here.
Sanders returns it. Another setup. Davis. Another dig! Ramblers keep it alive. Schnoor!
Schnoor's going to get this one again.
Timeout by Davis.
Look out. For the match right here, Mike.
Staley! Patak! And it's the match is over! Patak gets it! Best comeback of the year for IPFW! Down 2 games to none! Down 15-13 here in 14-13 rather here in Game 5, and they come back and win it 28-30, 24-30, 30-27, 30-28, 17-15. What a comeback!
An unbelievable performance down the stretch for IPFW, Mike.
Players are congratulating each other. We're going to take a break, and we're going to hope to come back and speak with head coach Ernie Ball when IPFW volleyball returns in just a moment, right here on College 56 Sports.
I'm Walter Bowman, Director of Athletics at IPFW. I'm pleased you have joined us for today's telecast. I trust you will enjoy the exciting action of our student athletes, and at some point this year will join us for Mastodon Entertainment. In the meantime, it is our privilege to come into your home, and we thank you for sharing your time. Please remember that each Wednesday evening at 8:30, you can enjoy Mastodon Spotlight Coaches Hour. For more information on how you can become involved with the Royal Dons Athletic Association, call the number on your screen.
Hey, Brian. Brian. Come on, we'll do a 3-way. You can talk too. We are back here, everybody, here on the campus of IPFW, the Hilliard Gates Sports Center. Crowd exhorting IPFW. We're going to have Coach Ernie Ball on in a moment, but what an amazing comeback. IPFW loses game 1 30-28, loses game 2 30-24, and comes back and wins game 3 30-27, game 4 30-28, and in the fifth and deciding game 5, they win 17-15, and we're joined now by, I know, a happy head coach, Ernie Ball. And Coach, what a tremendous comeback by your team.
Well, you know, we've been struggling so much when we get to 20 points, Mike. I mean, we get to 20 and then we just kind of seem to self-destruct, and you know, the kids just kind of hung in there, and we made some great defensive plays tonight. And we had a couple guys coming off the bench. Ours came in and just kind of gave us a lift, and Dusty Sherman's come in every game and served the ball really tough. He made a hell of a play there at the end. I mean, the kids we're just kind of hanging in there right now.
What I tell you, down, and Ryan and I talked about it, and we saw it last night against Penn State. As you said, last night against Penn State, 3 games were tied at 20 apiece. Game 5 we're tied at 25, and we lose in 4. This team matured a little bit overnight.
Well, I think we had a couple kids. I thought Maddie really came to play tonight. I was all over him last night because he just didn't come to play. And I thought he really came to play tonight, which makes it, I mean, he's got to come to play. And he did that. And Ryan was better tonight. Jeff stayed under control. You know, we just played hard, that's all.
If you can for a second, Coach, talk about one of your opponents tonight. Justin Schnorr from Loyola was a major league force, and he really gave you guys some trouble.
Well, he's a great athlete. You know, he jumps real well. I mean, he's real quick. He's got a real great arm swing. I mean, he was a great high school player, and so I'm not surprised at his effort. That's as good as I've seen him play, you know, offensively. Fortunately, we were able to take advantage of a couple of other guys, I think.
Well, we come away with a home conference win, and I know something that you and Mark Franke have talked about on your show is it seems like the home teams in the MIVA have been winning their matches so far this year. How important is this win when you guys get ready now to go on the airplane next week and go out to California and take on 2 extremely tough top 10 opponents in Long Beach State and I believe Cal Santa Barbara?
Well, it certainly does a great deal for our confidence. You know, our kids are really beginning to wonder about themselves and whether or not we're ever going to win a close match, because we've been in all the matches we played. We just haven't been able to win those close ones. And you know, we try to tell the kids that the conference matches are the most critical. I mean, yeah, the Penn State match we want to win, and Long Beach and Santa Barbara match we want to win. But if you don't win the conference, you can't go to the Final Four anyhow. So this match tonight is so important for us in our confidence in the conference. You know, they're 5-1. They've beaten Ohio State and Ball State. So it's just a big win for our kids.
Well, we're going to let you go and celebrate with your team, but congratulations on a tremendous effort coming from down 2-0 to take it. Even coming down, they had match point in the tiebreaker, 14-13.
Yeah, kids held it out of bounds.
And the kids responded, so congratulations on the win. Have a safe and hopefully successful trip out west, and we'll see you when you come back home.
As long as the sun shines and I get to play golf one time, it'll be a great trip.
Thanks again.
Right. Thanks, Mike.
Head coach Ernie Ball of the victorious IPFW Volley Dons. And we thank him for coming on, and now it's time for us to say goodbye to you. But I want to remind you that our program this evening was sponsored in part by Pizza Hut of Canterbury, featuring famous Pizza Hut pizza. We'd like to thank at this time the College 56 production crew, the IPFW athletic staff, the City of Fort Wayne, Comcast Cablevision, the IPFW Learning Resource Center, and especially the IPFW Office of University Relations and Communications for their contributions to this College 56 sports telecast. This telecast of IPFW sports is copyrighted and the sole property of the College Cable Access Center and IPFW. Unauthorized duplication, exhibition, rebroadcast, retransmission, or other use of this event without expressed written consent is strictly prohibited. We hope you've enjoyed our telecast of IPFW sports and the outcome as well this evening, and we thank you again for joining us. For Ryan Perrott, this is Mike Moss saying goodbye for now. Once again, the IPFW Volley Dons coming down and coming back. They lose game 1 30-28, game 2 30-24, but they win game 3 30-27, game 4 30-28, and game 5 is 17-15 to improve to 4-7 overall and an MIVA record of 3-4. We wish them luck on their trip, and we will see you again in about 4 weeks. Until then, good night from the Hilliard Gate Sports Center on the campus of IPFW.